Okay, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm Milo, and my pronouns are they, them. And I'm still in a kaiju mood. Oh god, sorry, I bumped my microphone stand. Yeah, so today I'm playing an official Godzilla game. Official. Let's go. Hi Given, how's it going? So, general entertainment. I'll tell you more about them later. There's a fair bit to talk about, but I feel like the gameplay of this is pretty slow-paced, so I can go through my notes as we play. So this is Godzilla Generations, a Dreamcast launch title. It's going, yeah, I feel that. This is, you could describe it as like a Godzilla simulator. Or I've seen it described as a kind of movie maker thing. That'll make more sense when we get into the gameplay. Wonder if this music is going to get me copyright hit. Oh well. So yeah, 1998. Right at the perfect time to actually include a certain friend-shaped lizard, which I'll show you. Sorry, just adjusting something. Hi April, how's it going? Oh no, Given had to go to the ER for an infected spider bite. Oh god, that sounds horrible. I'm so sorry about that. And of course the ongoing job hunting rigmarole. Yeah, so normal game, time attack game. It's just normal game but with time. Last one is the Generations Theater. I'll just show off a couple of these options first. This lets you watch trailers for Godzilla films, including King Kong vs. Godzilla. So there's 16 in all. Unused data on the disc, unearthed by the cutting room floor, shows that there was going to be a trailer for the 1998 Godzilla film, the American one. But it was cut out for some reason. They couldn't get the rights or something. So I won't show those. Those are also like origami struck, probably. I don't know. I expect. Another fun feature of this game is the Atsumete Colosseum, Altogether Colosseum, which is like a Pokemon Stadium battle mode starring these little cutesified versions of kaiju, which could be sent to your VMU, or maybe you had to buy a separate VMU with the like thing pre-installed. I'm not really sure. But it would act like a little Digimon-style virtual pet, and then you could transport them to this, which let you do battles in a 3D environment. Very Pokemon Stadium style. I don't know if I can actually do it because I don't think I have any, but yeah, it exists in this game. You saw some of the cute designs on the loading screen, but actually I'll show you. This is the game's manual, and among all the controls and stuff, and there's bios for the different Godzillas you can play. Yes, there are multiple Godzillas in this game. That's kind of the big hook of it. Enemy types. Should be able to see this. Yeah, that's okay. There's a lot of info about the Colosseum mode, and here's just some of the fun designs of the little critters. Very good stuff. They're extremely cute. There's even some newly made up kaiju just for this, called like Itora and I don't know, stuff. Alright, let's play the game, shall we? So I was reading online in a lot of different places that you can unlock all the other Godzillas with cheat button command things. But none of them worked for me. I tried everything. I tried Controller 2. I tried different ways of following the instructions, and none of it worked. But luckily, I was able to get a save file from Dreamcast Saves by Book and Arrow, which has everything unlocked. So from the start, you get normal Godzilla, which is like the 1990s Japanese Godzilla. You have Mecha Godzilla, Godzilla First, which is an attempt at doing the 1954 Godzilla. Is it 54? I think so. And here's the the beautiful lady herself, Godzilla USA. And we can move this around. Oh yeah, look at that chin. Marvelous. So that's who I'm going to be playing as today. But there's also other fun characters like Minilla, the baby Godzilla, who is also, I like to think of her as female because of a fan short that Toho shared, which has Minilla coming out as trans and Godzilla the father being very supportive, and it's really wholesome. Oh, this doesn't have Dr. Serizawa unlocked. That's weird. The other thing you can get is giant Dr. Serizawa, like a big robot mega version of the guy. Alright, let's just show you a little bit of gameplay as normal Godzilla, because I need to reboot the emulator to switch into the widescreen hack mode, which will be a lot of fun. I really wanted to show you this because of how absurdly dummy thick this model of Godzilla is. Just look at those thighs. My god. Is Mothra in this? No. It's kind of lacking in other kaiju. There's the chibi Mothra in Coliseum mode. People were saying about Godzilla USA. The model is not the best, but I admire the effort. And April says she long. Yes, she's very long, and she's very fast, unlike this guy. Lumbering thunder thighs. Yeah, that's right. Dangerously thick. So you walk around, you've also got special moves, so fire breath that you can aim. Oh, how do I... Yep. There's another kind of... Is that a block? I better figure this out eventually. So there's two kinds of fire breath for this guy, I guess. Oh, it's like tank controls, I see. That's why I had trouble aiming it. You've also got this move, where you roar. I think that restores health, but we'll figure it out. I haven't played much of this game yet, but I've done a bit of research. Alright, so edit cheats. We go widescreen on. We restart. Hi Captain, how you going? How much of a Godzilla fan are you? Yeah, so general entertainment there. I swear I've heard their name recently. I've been watching a lot of videos by Sean Shaunson of obscure and forgotten PS1 games, and he rates them. And the general entertainment came up there, but I don't remember what they made. It might have been Alive, but yeah, they make FMV games. They made Pen Trill Cellon, which was like a running racing game, I think. But they also made the Gamera and Mothra VMU digital pet games, which I think were compatible with this game. I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyway, we're going to pick Godzilla USA. And by the way, I did refer to her as she. In the movie and in the marketing, they often use male pronouns and words for this creature. But that's kind of a late change, probably made for branding reasons. If you look at the intention of the original designer, Patrick Totopoulos, that seems to indicate that he wanted this to be a female creature. Also, she lays eggs, so that's something. Alright, so let's go through some of our moves. So we've got tail swipe, which you can do left or right. The tricky thing about the controls is that you can't use one of your moves while you're actively moving. I'm just compared to the Japanese Godzilla, who is thick as. This lady is very spindly. Oh, I love that roar. So yeah, we've got the tail swipe. What else can we do? Charge that up. The power breath. The fish breath, which is flammable in the film, as I recall. Yesterday I watched Godzilla 2014. I probably should have watched Godzilla 1998 to brush up for this, but hey, what you gonna do? Also, Godzilla 2014, I was pretty disappointed on the revisit. Very dour, grey movie. And like, very little monster action. Okay, so those are a couple of the moves we tried. Let's try this one. This is the block. Let's do the roar. Okay, they did not restore my health. I think with Mecha Godzilla it restores your health. And there's another move, this one. No, that's the breath. Of course, because the focus is on these like cinematic camera angles, this is what I was getting at with like the make your own monster action movie kind of thing. All the camera angles are pre-chosen, you can't adjust that at all, which some people found a frustration in reviews. This game reviewed very poorly, by the way. But I read on Wikizilla, the Godzilla and Kaiju wiki, that it's pretty well liked by Kaiju fans because of inclusions like Godzilla 98 and Minilla, who, funnily enough, doesn't actually have many playable appearances, as well as like this feeling of monster destruction simulator kind of thing. Yeah, I feel like this game was kind of rushed, maybe. As a Dreamcast launch title, it's fairly light on, and then the sequel like really changes the style of gameplay, which is interesting. But I'll talk more about that later. God, I've just been motor mouthing here. Whoops. Yeah, you're not supposed to leave the area until you've got sufficient destruction. I don't know if you have to get to 100%. Alright, let's try another move. I'll try this move. Oh my gosh, I wish I'd done this earlier. So of course, one of the strengths of this Godzilla design is that she's very fast, agile, very much unlike traditional Godzilla. So yeah, leveraging that as one of her abilities is a great move. I guess I ran out of stamina, so I can't do that again. Never mind. I do like, people have pointed this out, you step on a tree, it explodes. What are these trees made of exactly? Anyway, I mentioned the flammable breath before. Gibbon said it sort of incidentally ignites in the film. But Junior, Godzilla Junior, who is the son of this Godzilla who stars in Godzilla the Animated Series, has actual atomic breath in the show. And also in the show they revive this Godzilla as a cyborg, and she has atomic breath there as well. So yeah. I get the feeling they wanted, for the film, they wanted this Godzilla to be a lot more realistic, and not have as many sort of fantastical abilities. Which I get. But they went for the show, they sort of went, yeah, it's just cooler if the Godzilla has atomic breath, so yeah, he could do it. Does roaring restore stamina? Oh, that's a good question, let's try it. Oh, that's a block, I forgot. Oh, it does restore my health a bit. Sorry, I was actually looking at the health bar at the wrong time. It restores it when you start the roar, but the roar animation continues after the health bar has stopped going up. Well, that's good. That's pretty handy. We'll have to remember that one. Alright, so yeah, each level gives you a time limit. You want to cause as much destruction as you can. I feel like there's a limit you have to get to, and then you leave. The manual probably says, but the manual is all in Japanese. This was, of course, only released in Japan. I wonder if I have enough stamina for a little run. No. There's 2 bars and I'm not sure what the difference is. But we can see a cluster of buildings here on the mini-map. I don't know what the pink dots are, but we can go for those next. Good time for a tail whip. Doesn't reach the floor. So like, the hit detection is based on the model, which is pretty cool. What are those pink dots? It's like an airport or something? Convention center? Whoa, what happened? guess that wasn't the pink dot. So what is it? Let's try and zero in on that. Is it the tanks? Might be your enemies, yeah. Those pesky humans trying to stop my righteous rampage. Okay, it's a big cluster here. I'm just gonna save right here. Upgrade to unlock. Since when? Okay, Redream. Redream is good, but I didn't know that was a thing. Given says that for the cartoon, they weren't allowed to use any of the regular Toho monsters in the show, but there's tributes to a lot of them, including a giant Yeti, King Kong knockoff, and a giant turtle with an underbite. Okay, so yeah, you leave when you want to. Kaiju or King Kaiju, that's pretty good. The rankings don't look that good, but I guess I got a good title. Will it let me continue? It will, thank goodness. When I first tried this, I like immediately walked out, and then I couldn't select to get it. I couldn't select the continue option. But hey, that's how you beat a level. I don't know what the cutoff is. Maybe we can figure that out for experimentation. I'll make sure to save state before leaving just in case, because if you leave and you don't win, then you just have to start again. It's boring. But yeah, so each level is a different location in Japan. Oh my gosh, the stadium! That's so cool. A baseball field. I wonder if there's anybody here. Who knows? The people are like ants. They're too small. They're below down Earth, really. Also, I don't know, there's something about the scale of this Godzilla. I don't know if this is accurate to how big she is in the film, but there's definitely something off about the like stats given in the manual, where I think I read that her weight is given as 500 tons in the film, and then in the manual it says that the weight of this particular character is 60,000 tons, and that's quite a difference. That was a magnitude different. Okay, we've started a new stage here, and I should have access to my charge, so we can use that to bash through those tanks or whatever they are in the middle. Just line it up. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. I love doing this. Wish they let me do it more. Alright, stop now. She doesn't stop until she runs out of stamina, I guess. Okay. Let's crunch some tanks. Oh, these ones are like artillery. Oh, hang on, we'll charge up the breath. Yeah. Oh, I can't turn far enough. Yeah. I think people at the time did not like how kind of unwieldy the movement is. It's very like stop and start, slowly turning. I guess if I had to ascribe intent to it, it's to make the monsters feel big and like that's kind of the way they are, especially in the films, in the non-1998 films. Big, lumbering forces of nature. It just doesn't make for a great play experience is the problem, you know? But that's okay. Gibbon says, if I recall correctly, her size is a smidge inconsistent in the film. She's a bit bigger or smaller in various scenes as needed, but she has like a general scale that she's on. Yeah, that's fair. So 75% I feel like is around where you want to be when you wander off into the mists. So let's try that. Oh, I better save. Yeah, April asked before about Mothra. I at some point I looked up like how many games Mothra is playable in. And there's some... Hey, we got the same title again. Not bad, I guess that means I won. Sick. Going to Osaka. Nice, I've been there. New music. Again, this is probably from a film. Tail swipe, go, go, go. Yeah, they're too low down. Let's do that. Yeah, take that. But yeah, there's another game like this on the Commodore 64. This sort of destruction simulator kind of thing. If we get through this quickly, I might throw it on at the end of this stream. Now, that doesn't have Mothra in it, but it has something that is extremely like Mothra, but with a slightly different name. So, I'd like to count that. Even if the manual uses he pronouns for this character. It's a wasp called Spectra, but in gameplay it looks exactly like Mothra. Oh, the game, by the way, is the Movie Monster game by Epix. So yeah, this kind of gameplay of replicating what it would be like to play as a big monster in a monster film has been around as long as the films themselves, almost. Okay, that's not true. Because, like I said, the original Godzilla movie was the 50s. Let's get some health back. I like how well the widescreen hack works. I was comparing screenshots, and it just expands the view out. It's quite it just works out well, I guess. The issue is that the UI is stretched, but I'll forgive that. So any of the 2D elements overlaid are stretched in the widescreen hack, but otherwise we're just getting more of the screen, which is really nice. Gibbon says, yeah, this is not an uncommon style of game. Yeah, that's something we talked about when we were playing Gamera 2000. Like, a lot of kaiju games are in this style, but Gamera 2000 did a good job of incorporating a human element in the way that, you know, monster films always do. I don't know if they always do. I haven't seen all of them. But you gotta have people talking, right? I have been reading some comics. IDW had a long-running range of Godzilla comics. And one I read in the past week was Godzilla in Hell, which is really good. And it has no dialogue, and it's just Godzilla going through various scenarios, either in hell or in some kind of otherworldly scenario. It's really good. It's an anthology, so each issue is done by different people writing and drawing. Alright, instead of grinding health and smashing these last few things, let's just get the heck out of here. Charge! See ya! Off into the sunset. April asks, did the plane just crash into the Ferris wheel and destroy itself? Yes, it did. That's the fun thing about these sandbox-style games. And I feel like the destruction simulation of the buildings is pretty good too. You know, for a what looks like a budget title, honestly. Okay. Yeah, I didn't save that, but I was pretty sure we would be okay. So this is still Osaka. In this case, we're in a different part of town, and that is Osaka Castle. Famous castle in Japan. I believe that's one of the ones that's just made of concrete because it burned down. A lot of castles burned down in Japan. often as a result of earthquakes. And then they reconstruct them, and then they burn down again. It's a cycle. It's the architectural history of Japan. It's a very geologically active area, which is why open-air architecture museums are so interesting to visit, and I recommend it if you're ever going to Japan. Cool. Got a nice ring of destruction around here. Why don't we do a charge right at the start? Cover some ground. Yeah. This is a great move. Especially for this style of game. Whoop, I've overshot. I want to get that really dense row over there. Tank controls are really the only way to do it when you have changing camera angles like this. But I feel like during that charge even they were kind of messing up sometimes. Yeah. Is this trees? That is that line? Oh, let's smash some tanks. Oop. Okay, that's more artillery rockets. Hey, get owned. Yeah. No, it didn't go so. How about this? Still no. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Smash. Okay, I can turn while walking. You just gotta be careful not to let go forward or you'll do this slow sidestepping thing. Yeah. That'll teach you humans. Actually, is this the first time, maybe the only time, that Tristar Goji was in Japan? Because yeah, there's a whole history with this Godzilla after the movie. We mentioned the animated series, which was also an American production, but at some point Toho themselves sort of made a new copyright of this design, but then gave it a different name. So the new version has shown up a few times as Zilla, sort of as a separate incarnation of the character compared to this. And that has appeared in Final Wars, where I think it was in Sydney. It was in a novel prequel to the anime trilogy of Godzilla, recent Godzilla sort of OVA films or whatever, where she was in France as a nod to the French sort of co-production of the movie, the '98 movie. This is all I recall from the research. I may have missed something. Oh, I got ya. Our trail of destruction continues. Oh, we're right in the middle of the city here. Nice grid pattern to crunch down on. Let's start with a charge again. That seemed to work well. Oh, it's really hard to steer. Oh yeah. Then buildings go down. Let's try and get these pink dots over here. I've got one. Yeah, Gibbon says Toho did her dirty post the movie. Yeah. Often when she shows up, like, they make a point of saying how pathetic she is or whatever. Which is really, like, it seems mean-spirited. Gibbon says she's been in a few mobile games. Also, Rulers of Earth. Yeah, that's a good point. That's another IDW comic. I read volume 1 of that, and it was fine. The reason I bought it and read it was for the Zilla content, where she's like a big part of this opening arc of the comic. She has a big fight with the main Godzilla in, where is it, Hawaii? Wait, what the? got super jets now. Can we... I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is now. Blue dot on the radar. Okay, I used the charge to get out of the strike zone. Oh god. But yeah, in the Rulers of Earth comic, she's pretty evenly matched with Godzilla for a lot of their fight. And then eventually, you know, they join forces against the whatever baddies. Which comes later in the comic than what I read. It's just such a cool design, you know? Like, I really love what they did. Some purists are like, oh, it's not faithful enough, but, like, that's the whole point. This is the exact same argument we have about Super Mario Bros. 93 movie. Like, they're doing something different. And it is really cool. I don't care what anyone says. This design slaps, it rocks. Yeah, my goal is to get to at least 70%, but I'm not sure what the actual cutoff is. At least doing that much lets you see a good chunk of the level. And you have real landmarks in here, which is something that we talked about for Rampage on Game Boy Color. Not enough real landmark, recognizable, you know, landmarks. But if you're familiar with Japan, you might see a few things here. Maybe more internationally recognizable things will be evident when we get to Tokyo. Tokyo's the last few stages of the game. We'll get there. Tristar Goji always gets a good rank for speed. I don't know what what criteria they're using for any of these things. Destroy seems pretty obvious, but... Oh, wow. Getting more industrial here. Kaboom! Okay, Gibbon says, my main complaint with Toho's treatment of her, as in this Godzilla, is that they kind of pretend they had nothing to do with it, and those silly Americans came up with a disliked design on their own, when in fact they were involved in the design process the whole time, and very enthusiastic and encouraging of the new design. Yeah, exactly. That's well said. You can read some of this on Wikizilla, which I've been reading a lot this past week. There's a separate page for the design as compared to the individual or the character. So it's under like Tristar Goji or something. Or Toho Goji, which is the abbreviation of that. I don't remember what the actual page is under, but yeah, there's specific comments about the design and the design process that are archived there. And yeah, it's pretty much what Gibbon said. Let's do a run through these things. So yeah, what I like about the use of this Godzilla in the modern era is just having her as part of the tapestry of the kaiju, the Toho kaiju universe. Like, at least she's being acknowledged, you know? I wish they didn't feel the need to like make snide remarks about it, which is also, you know, partially based on perceived reaction and reception of the character and the design specifically, and the movie. You know, it's all tied up in that. But yeah, just having her as among a roster of monsters is cool. Still like that. When was Final Wars, actually? That's like her only other film appearance. Or at least, you know, the Zilla version. Let's go for that dense cluster in the northwest. Smash, smash, smash. How about a bit of both? Just to shake things up. Yeah. Wish you could turn a little bit more with this. Its usefulness is limited. Final Wars was 2004. So they're not that long after. Okay. I think for that one, I'm going from memory again. But Zilla is one of the few monsters in that film who was rendered in CG. Maybe. I may be wrong again. But the way they made her CG model, I know, is that they scanned in a toy made in promotion of the '98 film. And then touched it up, obviously. You know, the long tail really does help with destroying buildings behind you. Okay, there's another cluster in the middle we can go for. I like this industrial area, it's a change of pace compared to the residential zones I've been in. Wait, what is this? Let's get this tower, it looks important. Given saying that this Godzilla was also mentioned, or first mentioned after the '98 film, in Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, where they mention these quote-unquote silly Americans thinking that the monster that attacked them was Godzilla, but were incorrect. Yeah, I do remember reading that. It's just like a throwaway bit of dialogue. They're like, ha, they thought that was Godzilla. The fools. Yeah. Again, it's mean-spirited. Alright, I don't know if I have enough, but I kind of want to get out of here. So I'll save just in case. Let's head off into the sunset. I feel like a lot of this is music straight from the movie scores. We'll see what YouTube says about it when I upload the vlog. Okay, April's asking, which Godzilla movie would she have to watch to get the most Mothra for her money? That's a great question. Mothra is really cool. She had a fairly big role in King of the Monsters, which is the 2019 American movie that followed up the 2014 Godzilla one. But Gibbons also recommending older ones. Yokohama. Godzilla vs. Mothra. Is that her first appearance, or did she have a solo film? Sometimes these kaiju are in their own film and then they meet Godzilla, like they did that with Rodan and... Did they do that with Anguirus? No, Anguirus is only in one film, I think, but then has like a big role in supplementary media. Anguirus is one of my faves because I love the Ankylosaurus. So, yeah. She did have a solo film first. Cool, good to know. But she's in a bunch of Showa era films. She also had a solo trilogy in the late 90s, which is what Toho were doing when Tristar was doing this Godzilla. Wow, cool. I didn't know that. How much do they vary her design over the years is what I wonder. Because sometimes she looks a little bit goofy, honestly. When I first watched Godzilla 2014 in the cinema, I thought that the Muto was like a rebooted form of Mothra, because they're insectoid, you know, the male one flies, spoilers by the way, and looks kind of moth-like. And there's like an Easter egg in the film that is maybe too prominent, that then misled me into thinking that, where when they go back to the quarantine zone, Bryan Cranston and Boring Man, and they see like when he was a kid, he had a little terrarium that he kept moths in, and it has a label on it saying Ford's moth, and then next to that is a separate label that says Ra, and so it looks like it says Mothra. And then my takeaway from that was, because this moth was in the quarantine zone, it got irradiated and became the Muto. But, ignoring the earlier Philippines part of the film. I just rewatched it, so it's very top of mind for me. But yeah, am I alone here? Did anybody else think that the Mutos were the new Mothra? To me, it felt like a sort of signposting, like a kind of redo of that idea. But I don't know how much the older films get into it, but there's this new idea where Godzilla and Mothra, I don't know how new it is, Godzilla and Mothra are like pals, or even more than that, they're like married. I think they even say in King of the Monsters that he's the King of the Monsters and Mothra is his queen. And then there's a lot of, I remember a lot of nice fan art that came out of that idea after King of the Monsters came out. Okay, Gibbon is confirming for me that a lot of people thought that the Mutos were Mothra. Okay, it wasn't just me then. Yeah, they didn't have anything of the previous Mothra mythos. Say that 10 times fast. But, they would do weird things with the reboots. Look at Godzilla 98. Completely new origin story. Which is fine. Given saying she had her solo film Mothra, then Mothra vs. Godzilla. She was part of the good guy team in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, and is present in Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, but is asleep for most of the film. And then is on the good guy team again in Destroy All Monsters, which I know as the name of a game, but was also previously a film, I suppose. Then the Heisei reboot happened, and she was in Godzilla vs. Mothra. Oh, we're getting battleships now. Goodbye. Let's do a little charge through some of this. Oh! Is that a Maser? That's a Godzilla thing. Maser cannons. Get some nice chunky buildings in this level. Very nice. Whoop. Don't go too far. Okay. So yeah, the Heisei reboot, she was in Godzilla vs. Mothra and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and then was her solo rebirth of Mothra trilogy. Then she was in Giant Monsters All Out Attack, Tokyo SOS, and Final Wars in the Millennium Era films. And then the Reiwa stuff, she's been in Godzilla Planet Eater, which is one of the anime films. I do not remember her. She might have had a cameo. I watched the anime trilogy and was not impressed. And she's also in King of the Monsters, which is one of the American films, and basically a remake of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. And I think that's about everything, says Gibbon. Well, yeah. That's a very good summary of it all. I guess if you wanted to have a reference, Wikizilla is always very comprehensive. So just go to their page on Mothra and go from there, I guess. Would be my recommendation. Not having the knowledge in the mind that Gibbon does, obviously. We made it to Tokyo in less than 45 minutes. Okay. Maybe this will be faster than I thought. That's okay, I got some backup stuff. Yeah, I like that, or it's kind of funny and dumb that you don't really need to use your moves a lot of the time. You can just walk around and crush stuff with your stomping feet. Oh, come on. Stop flinching. Yeah, there we go. Oop, I missed the big ones. No. Yeah, I wanted to tell you at some point about a game I played recently. I was looking for other Godzilla games I might like to try, and there was a trilogy of games on the PS2 and assorted other consoles of the era. I don't remember what they were called. The third one is Godzilla Unleashed, and the second one had a Game Boy Advance version by Way Forward that was like a one-on-one fighting game. Or you could do more than two, I think. Yeah, so the third one had a DS tie-in, and I wanted to try that because it made use of both screens, I thought, in an interesting way. But then I tried it, and it was like really janky and incredibly hard, and I couldn't get past the first level, so I just gave up. But that one definitely lets you play as Mothra. You actually play as a team of two kaiju, one on the ground and one flying, and then you unlock more ones as you progress in those categories. I wanted to be Angyrus. I'm not sure how to say their name, because, like I said about the Ankylosaurus, but alright, let's actually just get out of here before I die. But you have to unlock Angyrus by playing, and I couldn't get far enough, I couldn't get anywhere at all, really. It was silly. Much like this game, that one got terrible reviews. That was Unleashed on DS. Let me see here. Yes. Okay. Anguirus. I'm gonna call him Angus. What's this, a batting cage? A driving range? Oh, this looks important. Let's blow it up. And that is Tokyo Tower. This must be a particular famous temple or something. I'm not sure, right? But yes, we're still in Tokyo. Let's use our breath on the tower. That'll be nice and cinematic. Okay. Yeah! Oh, look at it deform. Beautiful stuff. I've been to the top of Tokyo Tower. Very nice view. Scary, of course. You can even destroy the collapsed sections of tower. That's fun. Alright, let's do a bit of a charge going this way. Go. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, you know, this Godzilla is not just a clone of the other Godzilla. They've given her own frame, model, you know, abilities that play to her strengths. It's pretty good in that way. Right, so I was warned about this. Not all destructible things do appear on the minimap, so you can't just use that as your only guide. But it's a good general idea of where things are. Rude. But yeah, I get the impression that the Godzilla series, in terms of video games, has had some like cheap cash-in entries. Oh, come on. We've got mazes built into planes now. That's pretty rough. Alright, we blew up the castle. We took down Tokyo Tower. Let's at least get to 70. Alright, I'm out of here. Bye. So, let me see. Oh yeah, I've got some notes here about like how the... Wait, why did the timer reset? Did I enter a parallel universe? How many half A presses do I need to do to get out of it? And like, yeah, so how this Godzilla actually has the ability to asexually reproduce, which I think creates genetic clones. I was reading about this in connection with bees and wasps, how the queen creates new worker bees, which are all female, by the way, which then kind of implies that the genetic clones that she creates would also be all female. But they make a point in the series of saying that the new junior one is incapable of reproduction. So... Oh. That's another reason that I think I'm okay with accepting the designation of juniorist male. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Charge, charge, charge. Yeah! Oh well, I didn't get many of them. Oh, the colours on that building, lovely stuff. Oh, there's actually destructibles outside the area. I wonder if I'm intended to go get them. Oh yeah! Yeah, now that's good. Let's get some health back. That kind of reminds me of some of the sequences in Godzilla vs. Kong, I think. Whether they were specifically a reaction to Godzilla 2014 or not, there's a lot of colour in some of the Hong Kong fight scenes that look amazing. Yeah, I can't overstate how disappointing Godzilla 2014 was on this rewatch. And like the human story is very uninteresting. Most of it is just military guys going, oh, we gotta blow this up, blah, 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 blah. And the reason, one of the reasons I'm watching it is because I just watched through the Apple TV Plus series Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which was really good. And it's all about Monarch, of course, the organization in these legendary Monsterverse films. And Monarch is barely in Godzilla 2014. I think that it was literally added late in post-production as ADR. And then they developed it a lot more with future films. But yeah, as part of like the reason that I was watching it, it's barely there. It's really weird. Kevin says, I like it, but I understand if other people don't. Yeah, I hope I've given good enough reasons here for why I was disappointed in it. I like parts of it. I like the 2 minutes of monster fights we get in it. It's like some of the coolest stuff where Godzilla fights the Mutos. April asks, 2014 builds into King of the Monsters, right? The current American series. Yes, it does. Although, frankly, the way I'm feeling right now, I might say that you could just skip 2014 and go straight to King of Monsters. If you're looking for, like, the series, or, like, the continuity between them, that kind of thing. Yeah, as Gibbon says, the current series is Godzilla 2014, set in 2014, Kong Skull Island, set in the 70s, King of the Monsters, 2019, and Godzilla vs. Kong. And that's the release order. And then the next one is coming out soon, Godzilla X Kong, what's it called? Something New Empire. Oh, that was the end. Okay. It just ends. Yeah, it just ends. And I would add to that the TV show, 10 episodes, Monarch Legacy of Monsters is in that same continuity. It's I will say it's quite good. It bridges the gap between 2014 and King of the Monsters, has links to Skull Island and Godzilla vs. Kong as well. And yeah, it does a good job with that. April says, noted, I'm definitely interested in checking out the current series. The current Japanese ones seem better. Yeah, I haven't even brought that up yet, but Shin Godzilla is really excellent. I have not seen -1, which is not connected in continuity, but I've also heard is very good. So like, the American side is making this, seems to be, you know, making this connected universe of movies at the moment. Whereas I would say from what I know about the Japanese side, they're doing disconnected ones, which makes them more accessible, I guess. -1 is amazing, says Kevin. Yeah, my usual method of watching movies is a particular small theatre which has to shut down for the next 6 months due to building works, so I might not get to see it for a while if I'm just relying on that. I don't know, yeah. If I want to see it, I'm going to have to think about how I do that. But by all accounts, it's very good. -1. Master of Godzilla Generations. That's me. That's a heck of a lot of kanji. Oh, that's not kaiju at all. What is that? Die something something. Okay. So the way you unlock characters in this game is by completing the campaign as other characters. So since those push button codes didn't work for me, this is the progression. You play as Godzilla, and then you get Godzilla first. You play as Godzilla first, and then you get USA, you play as USA, and then you get Minilla. And then by beating the game as Minilla, you get Giant Dr. Teruzawa, which I'm unfortunately unable to show. I'm not willing to play through the entire game again as Minilla, but let's do a level as Minilla. She's very cute. She's very small. So she's got her abilities, kind of rampage kind of thing, similar to Tristar Goji's charge. Let me guess, smoke ring? Yeah, there we go. That's like her signature move. And then block. I never used that in my last playthrough. A very cute little screen. Oh, we have different music. It's like little light-hearted, goofy music. So I guess each playable character has their own soundtrack. That's interesting. Oops. Didn't charge that one enough. Let's try smoke rings again. Can we destroy something with it? Can we hit this button? Yeah, nice. So I think in certain continuities, like the Godzilla's child character grows up to become the new Godzilla when the old one dies. But I don't know exactly which Minilla this is, frankly. When you start talking about all the different eras and the different film reboots, I haven't seen barely any of it, so I get confused. April says the music's very cute and Gibbon loves the bongo drums. This is Showa era Minilla. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta say the face is kind of weird. I'm not sure if I like the design, but I don't know. She's cute. There's plenty of cuter Godzillas out there though. we were looking up on the wiki different versions and cartoons. And there's a couple of older games, like there's a NES game and a Game Boy game that have different versions of cute Godzillas. I think the Game Boy one was based on a manga that was written and drawn by Yukio Sawada, the Super Mario Kun guy. Apparently Heisei Era Jr. looks a bit more monstrous than this. This is like the cute version. And this is based on, you know, a real suit that was in the films, of course. But yeah, smaller version. Let's see how we take on some military weapons over here. Crush those tanks, Minilla. Minilla sounds weird, but it makes more sense in Japanese, where Gojira is 3 characters. And then there's variants on that, of which Minilla is one. So Minilla, using the same final character, but Mini instead of Goji. Which reminds me, in the Game Boy game, there's a female Godzilla called Bijida, who has like a blonde ponytail. And then in one of the other games, maybe the same one, there's Majira, with the Mama and Jira. Millennium Era. Given it's saying Millennium Era is a bunch of disconnected films. Minilla is in Final Wars, and Final Wars is sort of a glorified remake of Destroy All Monsters. Is there a non-Showa Minilla? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, Orson Z is here. Hello. Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. Orson has been looking into the Donkey Kong card game and maybe importing some of the cards that we don't have good scans of, which is really good to hear. Yeah, I get it. I'm the same way. Orson says that he respects them using accurate looking models here. Yeah, that's a good thing about this game. I think the Godzilla suit is as thick as the one in this game too, so I think that's on point. Final Wars uses the Showa era design. I would not know what the difference is, but that's good to know. Wow, when you're this small and a bit slower, it takes a lot longer to get that destruction meter up. I should also mention that there is a chibi version of Minilla in the Colosseum mode. And maybe I can show you that again. Oh, they're not on this page. Oh no, there they are. At the bottom. Minilla. So an even cuter version. And there's Mothra, of course, next to him. And Rodon. This could have been the Rampage game. Is there a 3D Rampage game? I didn't really look into that arcade one based on the film. Captain is comparing Minilla to... Oh no, I lost all my health. I got killed by a helicopter. Oh no, poor guy. She's just sleeping. She'll be fine. I'm sorry. But yeah, Captain was comparing this dinosaur to the baby from hit 90s TV show Dinosaurs, the Hanson Workshop production. And that's a good call. They don't look dissimilar. Gibbon is saying one could argue that the Godzilla in 2000 is a grown-up junior, based on the Final Wars thing. Wait, is Total Destruction in 3D? I did not even... That's what Orson's saying, but Given's saying it's not really 3D. But it's not this kind of 3D. Okay. Right, what else do I need to do? I think I'm done with this game. That was short. That was really short. Should I play through the whole sequel? Maybe. Let's load it up. Oh, okay, it's side-on but 3D modeled, so you might call it 2.5D or something. But it does have Rampage World Tour built in. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Alright, so this is the sequel, General Entertainment. It's back. With... I think, yeah, the following year, 1999, this was released on Dreamcast. Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact. Again, Japan only. Oh, this is nice. Some good FMV here. Wow. So this is built on the same engine, but they completely revamped the gameplay. I'll show you how. They made a third rat monster. Okay. See, the unfortunate thing about the sequel is you can only play as one Godzilla. Part of the appeal of the first one was the crossover aspect. And they went in a totally different direction in the sequel, which is bizarre. But there you go. Get used to that atomic breath. Okay. What are the Dreamcast buttons? Okay, I have to press start. Yeah, normal's fine. Okay. Raw. Oh yeah, I also read on Game Developer Research Institute that the company Quintet assisted on this game with level design and stuff. Oh, you know what? These environments look a lot more detailed. That's interesting. Ooh, I wonder if this has a widescreen hack too. I should check that. Oof. It's very hot today. I have to put my hair up. Hashtag stay hydrated. And it cheats. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I see. The Lynx version of the original Rampage added Larry the Lab Rat. Awesome's telling me this. Curtis was in World Tour. Also Universal Tour. Actually, maybe just Universal Tour. Anyway. Total Destruction had Rat the Rat instead of either one. It didn't have Curtis? Are you kidding me? What a ripoff. I didn't test whether this stretches the game out or anything. So I didn't think I was honestly going to get to this. Let's just see how thick Godzilla looks. I think it looks okay. It might not suit the gameplay as well though, because this is... Oh, okay. We can still do a raw. They really have upped the detail on this. How do I attack again? So the north button just changes between these two viewpoints. And it's an auto-scroller. We're automatically walking along. We're smashing buildings. For some reason I can't Maybe we unlock that move later. I tested this by... Oh, there we go. It's Panzer Dragoon. Or Gamera 2000, I'd say. So we charge up our atomic breath, we aim at the helicopters, or whatever it is. And Godzilla tracks them and blows them up. You can also use it to destroy buildings. I guess for points? I don't know. This is a weird game. And a weird follow-up too, to be so different. Like, it's pretty obviously in the same engine, but you know, they've added a lot of detail to the models and stuff. But to have it be a completely different genre, like, it ends up kind of awkward. But yeah, kind of novel, I guess. But, you know, Gamera, I reckon, did it better, and did it first as well. Even though you're not playing as Gamera in that game, to be fair. But yeah, like we said at the time, that's one of the appeals of that game. So we're working alongside Gamera. So Kurt, Orson said that Turtle Destruction does have Ruby and Boris, but not Boris, which is why it's weird. Also doesn't have Nubis or Mucus or Big. Really? It's bizarre. Also saying, this one looks legit, I'll play this. Yeah, we'll see. I guess since I have time, I'll play a bit more of this than I was intending to. We'll see if it, you know, does anything as we progress. Yeah. So you have to kind of let Godzilla do his thing after you've got the locks, so that his neck rotates properly to actually hit the things you're locking into, which kind of makes it interesting. The controls are, you know, not quite like any other game like this, I'll say. But I never expected Godzilla to be a rail shooter. It seems like a really out there idea that you wouldn't think of, which is kind of cool. Okay. But then again, there are other auto-scrolling Godzilla games. I played Unleashed DS, that's an auto-scroller. Given brought up the 2 Game Boy Color Godzilla the Series games last week. And they're auto-scrollers too. I might even play those next week. Aha! Now, there were no kaiju fights in the previous game, but here, we have some. Ooh, Gibbon suggesting nominating Super Godzilla for Game Club at some point. Well, I'm in this mood, so we might be getting a kaiju game next month since I'm picking. Stay tuned. Hopefully it's not one that you're sick of already. So yeah, here we have Biolante, who's a great monster design and concept. She's the result of the genetic splice of Godzilla DNA with the dead daughter of this mad scientist guy and a rose plant. So she's got elements of plant and Godzilla. And she's a lady, one of the few lady kaiju, I must say. So we're talking about Mothra earlier. She's maybe the number 1 lady kaiju. But Biolante is probably number 2. Captain asking, how familiar with kaiju movies am I? Not that familiar. Mainly from what I've read on Wikizilla, honestly. But I've seen a couple of Mystery Science Theaters where they do kaiju movies, goofy ones. I've seen Godzilla 98, I've seen all the new American ones, and Shin Godzilla as well. But that's about it, really. Captain says, I love this monster. Gibbon agrees. Yeah, Biolante is the name, yeah. That's what it said. That was correct. What a great name, says Captain. And yeah, so on the topic of Biollante, I was doing research on, like I said, there's not that many female kaiju. So there's like lists and categories on Wikizilla that I was looking through for the ones that do exist, and you know, there's a few. They have a lot of coverage on there of various things. So there's like TV shows that are in that category, just like one-off monsters that show up once. But for more prominent ones, I made a little list. So one of the Rodans in the original Rodan film is female. This is a breeding pair that live in a volcano. Most of the time Rodan is male, but at some point they were redesigning Rodan for a new reboot film or something, and it was going to be female, and then it was changed. There's a lot of like unused or concept stuff that's covered in Wikizilla as well. So this white Rodan was going to be a lady, but it didn't happen. It turned into Fire Rodan, and then something. Well, now that I know that there's like kaiju battles in here, I'm more looking forward to playing through this to see who else is going to be in it. Because that battle was, you know, simple, but it was fine. It wasn't terrible. And I'm totally playing rail shooters at the moment, so this is in my wheelhouse right now. Just this morning I played through the entirety of Panzer Dragoon-style. You know, I did one playthrough, I should say, which isn't enough to see everything, because there's like mini alternate paths in levels, and there's, you can do better to evolve your dragon and like weird stuff like that. But I think I'm done with it. It was pretty good. Good continuation of the original Panzer Dragoon, which is an excellent game. Anyway, I've got this list here. So who else is a prominent lady monster? Well, Megaguirus, who is some kind of crab or something? I forget. Sorry. I'm not the biggest kaiju fan. I'm gonna embarrass myself. Who else is there? I've written these down, but when I did the research a few days ago, I was like looking through so many pages that I guess a lot of this has now left my brain. Did I just destroy Tokyo Tower again? That's cool. So I've written down Miyorabi, brackets, Godziban. Oh, now I remember. Godziban is like a cutesy puppet show. And Miyorabi is the sister of King Caesar, who is a Shisa, which is a kind of mythological lion-like creature. Oh wow, is the entire Godzilla series in the Criterion Collection? That's wild. The whole thing? Wow. Interesting. Oh, Megaguirus is a dragonfly, according to Gibbon. Thank you for correcting me. Alright, Ghidorah is here. Big time antagonist of Godzilla. Of course, in King of the Monsters. An excellent appearance. He also had a pretty cool appearance in the anime trilogy, I must admit. I won't say any more so as not to spoil, but yeah, it's one of the things I liked about that. You mobile jerk. Interrupted my atomic breath too. Is there any way to dodge? Is what I'm wondering right now. You have some movement, but like you're so slow and lumbering, it takes a while to actually get him. Maybe our best bet for dodging is interrupting his attacks before he can interrupt mine. Yeah, that's get him. Oh no, I missed the head that was charging. Wow, that hurt a lot. Let me just test if I can restore my health like in the other game. Roar? Nope. What was that? Roar? Oh my gosh, that hurt. No. Captain says, I remember this guy from Tears of the Kingdom. No spoilers. Oh, that was good. You know what? I'm going to save state. Okay. Get him! Yeah! Sick. Kevin is looking at games. And she says, how did I not know about Godzilla Voxel Wars? Well, it's the first I'm hearing of it too. She says, this is adorable. Okay, sounds like I need to look that up. Sounds good. What is this red bar for? I must be able to do some other move, right? Draw doesn't seem to do anything. And then this button... Nope. What is this? Is that a block? A duck? And then there's the camera button. Shoulder buttons? Do I have a strafe? Oh, I'm dead. Now to see how the continue system works. 6 credits, okay. One good thing about Panzer Dragoon's Vi, infinite credits. Chef's kiss. Okay, cool, we get to restart here, that's good. Better save while I have full health. Okay, testing. Oh yeah, I've got a little shuffle with the shoulder buttons. I guess that's how we dodge. The Godzilla shuffle. Nice. Alright, back to my list. Who else have we got here? Oh, so Mothra is a lady. She sometimes has these 2 kind of caterpillar spawn babies. And in some countries, at least, they're both female as well. I think they were called like Moshu Moshu and Moshu Moshu. I might have misremembered that. Come on! Yeah, just dodge that. The more hits you get, the more damage you do. Pretty straightforward. I like that. Whoa, lucky he's a bad shot. Shuffle. Yeah. No. Oi! Dodging jerk. Oh, okay, there we go. This is going well. Still don't know what the red bar does. Like, I didn't look up the manual of this or anything. I didn't think I would be really playing it seriously, but the first game was so fast. Should I save again? Better not. Let's see, who else is on my list? Okay, we had of course, the female Muto in 2014. So we're already at that stage of the list where we've kind of run out of really big prominent ones. I got to the Kong section where we have to acknowledge Lady Kong from King Kong Lives. AKA King Kong 2. Whoops. And then you've got some monsters from... There's at least one in Skull Island. Oh, really? Nuts. Because you have the Mother Longlegs. There's like a bamboo-like creature, spider thing. But not really the main deal. Oh, the bar fills up while you're charging the breath. I see. That's what the red bar does. Let's see if we get it to full, what happens. Oh, I'm glowing! Sick! It takes so long though. Did I take out one of the heads? Yeah, it's missing a head. That's awesome. This is a good fight. No! No. So close. No, we can do this. I should save at this point, just in case. Do this whole thing again. Done. Whew. Oh yes, the next on my list, I got to the Gamera section. Gamera actually has more, like, female monsters than Godzilla does, because Gauss. I'm trying to remember how they said it in Gamera 2000. But there's still the delivery. Gauss. The dragon creature, who is like Gamera's main enemy, is female. Didn't know that. At least in certain continuities. But there's a lot of different Gauss iterations, incarnations. But yeah, Gamera also has Giga and Legion mass. Oh, here we go. The Mothra larva, I was just talking about them. So this is the baby form of Mothra, April. Presumably Mothra is going to appear. It's weird how they throw you directly into a boss fight right after another boss fight, but okay. I don't mind. Frankly, they're the highlight of the game, so... yeah, in the films, Mothra often has this sort of aspect of divinity. So this Mothra larva lives inside this temple. And there's usually like a tribe of people who worship Mothra as well. Oh, there's 3 of them. And no health bar. Oh, don't get spat on. They're like silkworm style. Which silkworms are the larva of moths. Larvae. Stop hiding back there. Poor little things, they're just babies. They're babies. Quick! Okay, that sound effect was way too loud. What? I don't get your aim sometimes, dude. You need to work on it. Is this all this boss fight is? Let me see. I also made notes. So that was like the major monsters that are female. And I made a few notes on instances where there have been a female version of Godzilla. So we already talked about Tristar Godzilla and Minilla. I mentioned Vegeta from the Godzilla Game Boy game, as well as Majira, Godzilla's mother. There's a pink Godzilla called Gojirin from a series of OVAs called Susume Godzilla Land. No, that's Siri activated. Nope, I said Susume, not Siri. And that was extremely cutesy style. Let me see, what else? So there's an ad for Dr. Pepper in Japan where Godzilla is infatuated by a female of the species and she's been given the name Newzilla. And here is the queen herself, Mothra. Yeah, I killed your babies, so what? Sorry. Probably shouldn't have done that. Now we're gonna have a bit of a tiff. Let's charge to 4, shall we? Oh, my blocks wore off. I don't know how worth it is to charge all the way, honestly. So you can get that much damage just from a normal attack. be some benefit to it. Oops, yep, didn't turn around fast enough. Dodge! Shuffle, shuffle. Didn't make it in time. Of all the things that Godzilla represents when you think about him, agility is not one of them. And then Tristar Goji changed all that, which is why it's cool. What? I didn't interrupt it? Damn. Oh yeah, there was one more. Rozan, who was like a type of Space Godzilla from a short story called A Space Godzilla. But I don't know if Space Godzilla is a Godzilla. I don't know. It's confusing. Certainly looks a lot like one. Space Godzilla has a memorable appearance in another comic I read recently, which is Godzilla the Half-Century War, which I would highly recommend. Another of those IDW comics. But it was that and the first chapter of Godzilla in Hell, all done by James Stokoe. And yeah, both really good stuff, so I recommend those. Okay. Oh, really? One more hit. Cool. Given saying Toho is weird about female Godzillas. They wouldn't let the animated series team make an outright female Goji design for Junior to partner with, so they like removed her scoots and made her face a bit different and called her Komodothrax. Yeah, and then the idea was she's a mutated Komodo dragon, because in the animated series most of the monsters are new monsters that are mutated animals of some form or another. And they're often just giant animals, from what I could see. Which I think isn't taking it far enough in the way that Godzilla herself is. So, like, in terms of how different she is from an iguana, which is what she, you know, was mutated from. But, yeah, they do something. They do change the design something. But yeah, I was reading about Komodothrax. Like, who kind of partners up with Godzilla Jr. So he's like an adoptive father in that sense, because she has baby Komodo Thraxes. But yeah, that would go in the category of Toho being weird, I think. Gideon says that Space Godzilla was born of Biolante's cells, Biolante's Godzilla cells, that got blasted into space at the end of the prior film. See, that's why. So Space Godzilla is like a Godzilla from space. Makes sense. I think in the short story, A Space Godzilla, the origin is a bit different. Maybe. Gibbon says, some of the animated series kaiju are really great, like Crustaceous Rex, aka Sea Rex. Well, I think it's a giant lobster or something. Sounds pretty cool to me. Oh. I should get those tanks. Outright crime, they never brought Rex back. Yeah. They could be friends with Ebira and Destoroyah, who was also crab-like. Yeah. Go. Another scrolling stage is an exchange place. minimap really helps. That's a Panzer Dragoon innovation. You know, I never missed the minimap in Lowlanders. But it helps when there's poor visibility. Things are hidden by buildings. Or especially when you have to rotate, like in Panzer Dragoon Game 2000. Oh, theme park! We're destroying Disneyland, that's sick! Yes! Oh no, I missed one. Oh well. Yeah, I might play the Godzilla the Series Game Boy Color games next week. Ooh, Mecha Godzilla. Looking good. Mark II. SMG, what is that? Super Mecha Godzilla or something? Long neck on this one. A shield? You cheater. Yeah, take that. Think you're as good as Godzilla. Ow! Looks like they can escape target locks. What? No locks? Come on. This might be harder than Ghidorah even. Oh, come on. Makes you wish that you had more than one move. Yeah, let's try our other moves. Roar! Yeah, I don't think it does anything. Cheater. Oh, did I destroy the head? That's sick. Like Ghidorah's destructible parts. Wait, what, do I have to mash or what? I guess maybe? Why can't I grapple? Oh. Huh. These sections are actually kind of free roaming. You can move in any direction. Didn't really notice that until... Ugh. Yeah? There we go. Did a good chunk. Still feel like I'm gonna lose though. Yep, he's noticed me again. Come on. Shuffle. Oh, I interrupted. Nice. So, we've got Mechagodzilla. We already did Ghidorah. Where else do you think this game is going to go? We had Mothra and Biollante. Who is left? Are they going to do Destoroyah? Rodan is like very recurring, but he feels like early game territory to me. Maybe they're going to go Space Godzilla next. What was that? Well, we'll see what happens. I was doing research on the Tristar Godzilla and related works, and another thing that came up was another video game based around the 1998 movie called Godzilla Online, which was a PC game from 1998 that had online multiplayer. This was really impressive to me. Like, this is an era of dial-up. I don't know what an MGR is, and I do not recognize this design. Maybe someone can help me with what this is. But yeah, Godzilla Online, it looks really interesting. It's sort of a squad-based multiplayer thing. Different characters have different objectives. You could be a soldier, a scientist, or a reporter who's just observing the action, which is interesting. That they have different motivations with the player characters. But of course you could also be Godzilla, but in the form of the baby Godzillas from the film, the little raptor, Jurassic Park hatchlings. Probably a Mogera unit. Okay. That would fit the MGR and the fact that it has drills. Because Mogera is like the Japanese word for mole. So digging makes sense to her. I don't know what this is from though. Oh! Damn. It's kind of hard to avoid that. Oh. A giant mole tank thingy in a couple of the Showa era films. Okay. Did this predate Mechagodzilla? Or is it just like a more realistic? I could have got away from that maybe. Come on, get out. Ugh. Yeah, Gibbons says that Godzilla Online was pretty much a play on the asymmetrical versus multiplayer of Alien vs Predator. I see. Oh, that was close. That was coming right down to it. I think that last blast would have killed me, but I got it first. White knuckle clenching. Good stuff. Yeah, did you play Godzilla Online, Gibbon? It looked pretty interesting. I like the art style, it's like pre-rendered and stuff. And getting to play as a little raptor Godzilla sounded pretty cool to me. Mogera tank thing predates Mechagodzilla by decades. One of the things from a non-Godzilla film in the 50s that got folded into the Godzilla franchise. Oh, interesting. Alright, I've seen some crystals, so we're definitely coming up on Space Godzilla here. That guy's all about crystals. So my prediction paid off. I wonder if this is going to be the climax. Because where else could they go after Space Godzilla? Like Destroyer maybe comes to mind. But again, I'm not that familiar with the franchise. I've just been reading a lot of stuff in the last couple of weeks. There's a chapter of Godzilla in Hell where Ghidorah and Destroyer team up to fight Godzilla. Okay, we're actually shooting down projectiles that are coming at us. That's very Panzer Dragoon res. She says, Gibbon says she did not play Godzilla Online. She says she wanted to, but did not have a computer that would run it at the time. Wait, what? Why did I die so quick? Oh, I only had a sliver of health left, huh? I kept that from the last battle, is that right? Or did I just take a lot of damage? This time we'll do better. In Fukuoka. Yeah, I assume that it's not really playable anymore. But I don't know, maybe people have got fan service going or something. But you'd also need some way to play antiquated PC games in a virtual machine or something. And I don't know how that would work with fan service. Oh! Let's try the block move. It didn't work. Do I get up faster if I mash? I have no idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it feels good. Okay, we've got to be up on our game watching that radar, I think. Let's get ready for it. What? Oh, okay, so I also need to clear crystals out of my path, because they're going to stun me. Come on. So rude. I like this setting of crystals having taken over the city. Ooh! It's part of that, like, kaiju progression where, especially for Godzilla as a character, going from chaotic, destructive force of nature to being the one who fights the worst monsters and is therefore like a good guy by default. Which is a progression that has happened in multiple continuities. This stage, unlike many of the others, requires actual focus and attention, which is a nice change of pace. Sorry, I waited too long. Yep. Oh! Damn. If I can just make it to the boss, I'll get to use a continue. Whoa. What? Come on. Yeah. Get you going. Uh-oh. No! No! Oh boy, this is not good. No! I must reiterate that this game is quite awkward to control. What? The homing crystal doesn't know what to do. April says, it only just registered to me how funny it is for Godzilla to have a lock-on ability. Yeah, it's goofy. Alright, I'll save again here than I did before. We're full health this time. Like, I guess it works well enough. If you wanted to make Godzilla into a rail shooter, I think they've done a decent job of it. No! That's just... I gotta start that again. Gotta try that shuffle move. Oh, I can't shuffle in the scrolling stages. I'm gonna try the block or the duck. That'll probably get me under some of these crystals up there. Dude! No? Duck! Ah! I'm trying to test it. Get up, you fool. Duck! What? This guy's got bloody aimbot on him or something. There. But yeah, it is funny to build an entire game around aiming your atomic breath. How did I slip between those? Without having any, like, tail swipe, kick, or bite, nothing like that. I don't even need to lock on if I'm good with my aiming. Ugh. Screw you, Space Godzilla. You're a jerk. That... Maybe I can duck under the wave. Come on, am I near the end? So these ones are on a downward trajectory. They wouldn't be able to be ducked, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Should I save? This is the choice you gotta make when you only have one slot. Oh well. That was a terrible decision. Yep, that sucked. Okay, gotta play perfectly now. Because I could restart from the start with a continue. I can't believe that worked. Okay, we've entered save scum territory. That's a real sign of good game design. Oh, okay, okay. Must be near the end of the game. Duh. And these things definitely home run, so these ones do. Not all of them do. These ones, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Come on. So that's the advantage of charging up to full. It hits in an area around you. Still not that useful. Oh! It came out of nowhere. That was not my fault. Aim at him from further away. Oh no! Crap. Problem is juggling, destroying ground crystals, and hitting those aliens. If I can get him from far enough away, it's not too bad. Where's the other one? Where did it come from? Ah! Okay, let's ignore the ground crystals. We'll just hit them incidentally, I'm sure. Coming past there and there. Behind that tower, very nasty. Good. No! See, he got stunned from hitting the ground crystal. Yeah, that's the problem. Where did this difficulty spike come from? And don't say the spiky crystals. Oh god, that was so close. Okay, save. Whoa. Oh! Seriously. I did want to try and duck those ones. Oh, thank God. What an awful stage. Yep. That's him. Monster with maybe the least imaginative name ever, Space Godzilla. Oh, you know who I haven't seen yet? Gigan. Yeah. I don't know if Gigan is final boss material, but... Oh! Why can't I do that? This guy can wave dash. We'll continue. Get our health back. Okay. Credits left. Ah, see, that's the expertise that I'm not privy to. Gibbon says, this game seems firmly Heisei, and unfortunately Gigan wasn't in those. Interesting. Gibbon's betting that Destroyer will show up. I think that would work. That would work as a final boss. This could be the final boss, honestly, but we'll see. It's just, you're so unagile in this game. There's not really much you can do to actively dodge. Ugh. I bet I could interrupt that. Oh, okay, you missed. Worse than me. What are you doing bullying me like that? Chest bumps. This guy's such a jerk. Come on! Ah. Maybe they'll bring back a concept from the last game and have giant Dr. Serizawa as a boss. Ooh, I think I get invincibility when I do a fully charged one. Ooh, come on! No! Let go of me! The disrespect. Ah! I have dignity. Hit! Hit head! Yes. Get back here. Come on. What is that? Just attacking with no warning. Come on. This guy sucks. Okay. Maybe I can rapid fire. The breath always starts so low. You gotta charge it a little bit to get any higher. Okay. It's like stun lockdown. Oh, I almost got a really good loop there. Okay. Oh, that's so rude. Okay, cool. I was worried that it was like out of my range and just attacking me, which would just be unfair. Don't hide behind your crystals. Ugh. See that? Going out of my range and then hitting me from that range. Is not nice. Oh no, not again. Okay. health bar just chunks down midway through the animation. Sure. No! Double hits too, so rude. Get over here. Come on. Ah, shielded. Okay, trade. Whoa. Hello. Awesome.
Thank you. Oh. How's stream going?
Good. I'm fighting Space Godzilla.
Oh, Space Godzilla.
Space Godzilla is a Godzilla from space.
Not a Godzilla made of space?
Hmm.
Is everything made of space?
Everything's made of matter. Does that count? Oh, I killed it. Cool. That was lucky. Costco box, huh? What is this? eBay. I was imitating Godzilla's roar. I was doing it very well. What is Godzilla but a crying baby? It's a metaphor, really. Is that Singapore Airlines? And the other one was labeled Jam, as a play on JAL. I noticed in stage 1 there was also a building that had a Dell logo on it, but it was D-E-L-E. Dell. Whoa, that is sick. Condition looks decent. Oop. Gotta shoot the missiles. I should save. So there is more game. Still a chance for Destroyer to show. All the like helicopters and stuff haven't been that threatening, so they've implemented just like these homing projectiles, which give a bit more of a challenge for the auto-scrolling sections, which were otherwise pretty mindless before this. Yeah, blowing up airports is pretty cool. What? Godzilla cares not for exploding planes. Give me a break. Ugh, I missed one. I can't believe that missed. Okay. Oh boy. I have a feeling that more saves coming in the future. These monstrous flames making it hard to spot things coming in. This game has gotten more challenging, but like the first game, very much not challenging all the way through. So I guess that's something. Is she chewing the bubble wrap? Minilla loves to chew plastic. I don't know why. It's like her favorite thing. Oh, that was pretty cool. Dodge that. Like a Ninja Godzilla. Okay, cool. Why don't we do a little cheeky save state? That's the thing in games where you play as the kaiju. They have to make them vulnerable, and then it feels bad. Like, surely Godzilla would not be fazed by this level of weaponry. But he has to be, because it's a video game. Come on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm doing badly. It's over. The dream is dead. The dream of blowing up all of Tokyo. Don't you know I'm only doing this to fight the other monsters? You should be thanking me. Oh, I can't believe. No! See, if you adjust your aim, you can move the active shot out of the way of actually doing something. Oh, that was the end. Thank God. That was tough. Yeah. Right. Good. Okay. I didn't even look up how long this game would take to play. But you know, rail shooters usually are over pretty quick. A plane, really? The most dangerous kaiju is a certain giant clan. I have no idea. The Doctor Who clan? Does that count as a kaiju? I guess. Ah. See, I knew I could interrupt that, but I was too slow. Get up, you fool. This thing looks like Thunderbird too. Ow, that was pretty easy. Okay. I had my ideas for how they would escalate after Space Godzilla, but a plane was not one of them. Appropriately enough, it went down pretty quick. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, that's Destroyer. Yeah. We nailed it. Yeah. Wait, what? Sorry, the visual language of that implied that I was looking at a second Godzilla, but it was just different camera angles on the one Godzilla, I guess. Yeah, Destroyer can fly, so what? This is like the final form. They start as like little crab critters and then they grow and merge and become a bigger thing. So yeah, I'll just skip to the good stuff. That's cool. What's my health like? Bad. Let's just die. We're not getting through this with this amount of health. Come on. Free shot. Come on. Yeah, what? Come on. Look, I'm gonna stand still. You do your best, buddy. We're all cheering for you. Yeah, what? Come on. I said give me your best shot. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Way to go, champ. Flop. Right, no more credits along the way. How about that? Probably with score. What's my score? Almost 7 million. Not bad. It's like I'm a Godzilla whiz or something. Come on, let's go. Alright. Alright, I'm not going easy on you this time, buddy. Oh, that health bar's chunky. Okay. Can get those good multi-hits. Oh, come on. Ah. Please. Destroyer, please. That didn't interrupt my one reliable method of avoiding attacks, and it didn't work. So I just have to hope that Destroyer misses me, I guess. Oh, did that interrupt? Whoa, what? The little ones! They incorporated that in the boss fight. That's cool. I like that. Didn't know they could split. Or generate more or whatever. Kind of looked like it went into the ocean, but I guess it went underground. So yeah, you can free aim attacks. Whoa, Nelly! Is that a new form? No, it's just like folded up. Come on, buddy. You get a good shot in. Yeah! No interrupt, seriously. What are you supposed to do? It's just a damage race? I feel like I'm losing that race. Was that an interrupt? I feel like it maybe was. Kind of T-pose a little bit. Get back in range. Oh, good thing he missed. Alright, here we go again. Oh. Oh, did... what? Sometimes they miss too, that's fine. Works for me. Controls in this game are so wonky. That's cool though. I wish Godzilla could do a spinning rolling attack like Gamma. Godzilla's just not as cool as Gamma. That's the long shot of it. What? What? So that's an attack. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Is Gamma always a good guy? I wonder if he had the same arc that Godzilla has. So he's definitely a good guy later. Oh, that was cool. Okay. Did the headshots do more damage, or is that... Oh! Oh boy. Here we go. Ah, they've been saying that Gamera does have a similar arc. Saying Gamera is a bad guy in the first film, but more or less a good guy in every film since then. So yeah, similar to what I was saying about Godzilla. Oh boy, oh boy. Ah! Sometimes you let auto handle it, sometimes you do it yourself as best you can. This is going badly. I feel like it might be doable, but it's going to be close. No, no, don't do it. Yeah, how about you just flap there for a bit? Yeah, buddy. Good stuff. No, please. Shield. Shielding is cheating. Can I juke the breath attacks? I could try. I've got the shuffle, but it's just so slow. Ugh, this again. That's it, I'm save stating. This fight is really long. Save stating was probably a bad idea since there's so many attacks that have the potential to be unavoidable. Okay. Try our best. That's all we can do. Last one. Nope. Go! Whoa! We're nearly there, we're nearly there. I gotta save again. That was really dumb. I shouldn't have saved. What was I thinking? What? Oh, thank God. See, this is me juking. And I also, like... Actually, maybe juking is a little better than I thought. I should try harder next time to juke. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Stage clear. Thank you, thank you. Love that gradient style. Beautiful. Oh, right. Oh my gosh, no. Don't kill me, I'm too young. Oh! Wait, what? It ended with Godzilla dying? I guess not, because he roared out of a cloud or whatever. Sorry, I glanced away for 1 second. I like this techno remix of the Godzilla roar. That's really cool. Okay, that's Quintet, like I said. Yeah, I was dumb. I guess Destroyer was a suitably climactic final boss. That cutscene was just a bit weird at the end, that's all. Well, that's Godzilla Generations. Maximum Impact. The Generations name no longer makes sense when you only have one Godzilla. And like Gibbon said, seemingly all of the monsters were from the Heisei era. Is that what he said? Scroll. It was when I mentioned Gigan. Yeah, this game seems firmly Heisei. So, yeah, so like, without all those different playable Godzillas. Yeah, it's weird to still call it that, eh? Given says, yeah, that was just a checklist of all the Heisei monsters. Okay. But Mothra is Showa, apparently. Is that true? Mothra was in Heisei, right? I don't know how this works. Oh, the manual. I didn't even look at it. Oh, well. think it's funny to like call the movie eras after what emperor was around. It's funny. That's just how they do it. This track is pretty cool. It's a banger. You know what? I'm glad I played through this just for this song alone. Presented by Sega. Alright, well, we're kind of at the time when I would be stopping the stream, but just for the sake of following up on something I mentioned earlier, I want to throw on the Movie Monster game just briefly and show you how it plays and what the difference of 20 years makes. 15? 98? What was this one? 86. That's only 12 years. How about that? Yeah, hey, that's me. Roar. I saved the file to my VMU. Hooray. Alright, so I'm gonna close Redream. Gonna capture a different window. Gonna open X64, the Commodore 64 emulator. Wait, that's just the executable. The emulator is actually called Vice. Don't make that mistake. Okay. So where is it? It's called moviemon.d64. Whoops. Okay. So this is interesting because it is a sequel to an earlier game from Epix, who were then called Automated Simulations. And that earlier game is called Crush, Crumble, and Chomp. And it did not have the official Godzilla license. So it has a knockoff version called Godzilla. But for the sequel, they managed to secure the actual license. So Godzilla appears in this game as himself, with a copyright mark. You'll see. Let's just warp through this loading screen. And there he is. This is 1986's version of the giant monster destruction genre game on the Commodore 64. But there's other monsters too. Some of them returning from the first game. Oh, what? My controller did a weird thing. Hold on. I can fix that. You gotta put your HID device in port 2 for some reason. I figured this out with some trial and error. There we go. So we can play as Mr. Meringue, who is definitely not the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. Spectra, who is definitely not Mothra. The Glog, who is definitely not the Blob, as seen in the Criterion Collection. Mechatron, who is not Megatron of the Defcon bots. What are they called? I don't know. Decepticons. That's it. Tarantus, who is a giant spider. Actually, interesting thing about this game. This is the manual. It told me how to control it, which is nice. It's got bios for all the monsters. Very fun stuff. Spectra, of course, is labeled as a wasp, which, as we know, it's just Mothra. But if you scroll further through the manual, or flip the pages, I should say, it's got like summaries of famous monster movies, which is really cool. Like capsule blurbs for them. But it also kind of shows what their inspirations were, including Mothra and the Blob and tarantula, which is probably where that spider comes from. Okay. So we'll do a little run as Godzilla. We can go San Francisco, Tokyo, Paris, London, New York, and Moscow. And that's it. I think it's only fitting to take Godzilla to Tokyo. We've spent so long there in this stream already. But we have different modes as well, which determines your objective. Either getting out of the city, eating stuff, finding your young, and every monster in this game has like a baby offspring form. You can see all this, by the way, on the Wikizilla page for this game, which has screenshots of all the baby forms as well. Including Godzilla's baby definitely looks a lot like Minilla, as we saw in Generations. Destroy the famous landmark, or just go berserk. So I don't think we'll actually get to finish search, but I'll pick it anyway and see how we go. So this is something that sort of got on my radar a while ago, but I think it's interesting to highlight it in comparison to Generations, how they did it 12 years later on much more powerful hardware. Only 12 years. It's so insane to think about what a difference happened in such a short time in terms of technology. So I mentioned Crush, Crumble, and Chomp from 1983, the first game in this little series from this studio. That's really interesting, and had a lot of ports to many different platforms. This one was only on C64 and Apple II. But in that original game, it had like RPG elements with monster customization. It had sort of more of a strategy bent where you would give commands to the monster. This one is more of an action game where you directly control the monster, but which makes it a lot more analogous to Generations. Yeah, we've only got one button. You can hit spacebar to cycle through your abilities. So yellow means you can do it right now, and now Atomic Breath changes color, which is nice. And then you have to sort of wait for the ability to recharge. Atomize just hits things above you, and there's no animation for it, which is weird. And the manual also has little maps for each city to show you where certain landmarks are, and most of them also include a little reference to the developer epics, like the Epics building and so on. I think Tokyo is actually one of the few that doesn't, but there's a lot of sort of famous-ish landmark type things around. But yeah, this is as slow-paced as Generations is, honestly. But each monster also does have different abilities or like stats. They do have abilities, but they also have stats. So Godzilla is actually one of the slowest monsters in the game. Now I should be searching for the baby, right? Oh, you can actually back up. That's weird. Apparently when you scream, sometimes the baby responds to the scream. I guess that's why you have that ability, because otherwise it doesn't seem to do anything. This game's also very quiet. I could turn it up if you like. It would take a little finagling. For some reason the volume settings... Wait, what? No? I didn't know I was at the border of the city, whatever. Yeah, the volume settings in OBS on my Mac have been weird recently, so I have to really boost the gain on audio output capture. Hopefully that doesn't distort it or anything. But it also means that I can't easily change it without going into advanced settings. It's pretty annoying. I'm not sure where they hide the baby, but the sort of premise of this mode is that the humans have captured the offspring and have sequestered them somewhere, and you have to find them. It's so slow. Can I double tap to run? No. But I do like the little human over there. Just with a scarce few pixels. They've rendered something that looks recognizable. And the cars too. When you're spriting at micro scale, I think it's very charming. Even Godzilla looks kind of dinky in this game. But they've captured the likeness well, I think. Although I don't know about the baby poo green-brown colour of the hide. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Oh, yeah, let's just go. Whatever. I want to show you Spectra real quick, and then we'll stop for the day. Oh, Gibbon says, yeah, this is quaint. I wish I'd had this growing up. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Also, I like this sort of framing device of people in a cinema, because it's the movie monster game. So it's presented as if you're watching, or somebody is watching the film of the monster doing whatever it's doing. Not that that would have made a very good film, honestly. I just sort of plodded around a city for a little bit and then left. Bad ratings for that one, I think. See, and you do have the Toho trademark on the title screen. It's definitely an official appearance by Godzilla, unlike the first game where it was Godzilla. Alright, why don't we just try Escape from San Francisco, the unmade third sequel in the Kurt Russell series. Kurt Russell, also appearing in Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Does a good turn in that. That's a very Charles Dance. Spoilers. Anyway. Enjoy popcorn. Gummy glogs. The glog is our favorite monster, of course. So they even do like a rating screen. G. Okay. What kind of rating screen is that? Is that American? I don't know where epics were based, honestly. I didn't look that up. Alright, so we can skip through this. You get the blurb. Spectra had arrived. And they do call it he, because it's not Mothra. It's legally distinct. But look at this sprite when we get in there. Okay, we've got to warp again. Warp, 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 warp. Commodore 64 loading screens. Tell me this is not Mothra. You trying to claim that this is a wasp? Come on now. We all know what's going on here. Scream. No audible scream. Okay. Oh yeah, you ever seen a moth fly backwards? What other abilities does... Ah, sonic weapon. Go! Wait. Oh, I guess it destroyed everything on screen. That's pretty powerful. Take off or land. I'm flying, I'm flying! Okay, so now I'm up high in the air, I guess. Cool. Although with the isometric perspective, it's kind of hard to tell. What else can we do? So atomize, that's the same thing that Godzilla had to hit things above you, like the helicopters. Sonic weapon? Yeah. Destroy everything. Okay, we're going to fly out of San Francisco. Can we see the Golden Gate Bridge? Oh! I died somehow. There was an explosion. I guess somebody shot me. And thus ends the film of Spectra versus the San Francisco military, whatever. Cool. Oh, I never said the fan short about Trans Minilla was by Cressa Maeve Beer. Just want to make sure to get that credit in there because that was really cool. Go check it out. It's very wholesome. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny that this game has the one Godzilla license and none of the others, and they're all knockoffs. The first game had a Kraken and something else. All right, I'm done with my notes. So thank you for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I did not expect to be playing through Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact, but there you go. Sometimes we do these things. It was pretty good. So, yeah. Okay. Well, as far as I'm planning at this stage, next week is going to be Godzilla the series on Game Boy Color. And we will see. We will see. We will judge it for ourselves. Okay. Maybe by that time I will have watched some more Godzilla movies. I'll try. Until then, can we at least get back to the title screen? Oh yeah, they give you the outro for the film. We must have the curtain dropping on this performance. I want to have a conclusion on a screen that's more interesting than a loading screen. Here we go. There you go. It's Godzilla. Oh, is that Tokyo Tower he's pulling up? I think it is. Nice. He's gotten a bit bigger, I guess. Alright, so until next time, have a good one, and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.